but inside each one is burning. Not at everywhere in the same situation, but many cases it is like that. Because nobody is turned to spiritual life. And when you experience at that time, you find it to be so real. So Sri Ramakrishna says that how to remain untouched by this bad weather. Not only in the office, even in our family life also it happens. In-laws, for the sake of property distribution. Even brothers, they quarrel, sometimes they kill. The two big emperors of our Indian business field, they were about to separate. Somehow mother interfered and she patched up everything. So at that time, brotherhood, all the relation, blood relation, everything vanishes. So this is such a difficult and cruel world where nobody feels for other things when money and other things come into play. Here performing action yet remaining untouched by it is what Sri Ramakrishna gives to us. And the clue comes through this formula, Naham Tuham. You are the doer, O Lord, not myself. But coming to the connection as we had discussed yesterday evening, we found that man wants the totality of the results, but when the results come, he is not accepting the results fully, he becomes choosy. Sukha he accepts, Lava he accepts, Jaya he accepts. Dukkha, Alaba and Ajaya he wants to reject. This is a deception created by the dichotomous nature of the mind. Dichotomous nature means the mind through a particular thing tries to separate through thought process the thing from the thought. Like a thought in my mind thinking about my mother. Thought is not my mother. My mother is really somewhere else. Through the thought process my mind is creating another mother. What happens between me and the actual mother? This idea of mother comes and stands. So where is my actual mother? She is there somewhere. Similarly, God is inside our heart. Thinking about God, we create a distance between us and the God. This thought is called vritti. That's why Patanjali says yoga means chitta vritti nirodha. Because the thought is associated with the thinker. It is thinker's creation. When the thinker's creation stops, thinker also stops. Now the question may be, should we not think of God? That's another subject for discussion. But when we expect the results in the mind, it has got no direct connection with the results which are going to come in the external world for the work we have performed, is it not? After writing my examination, in the mind I am going on thinking, I will get distinction, I will get distinction. What is the connection between this thought and the actual results which are going to come? Actual results are going to come when the result will be declared. But in my mind I have created another, it's called concoction, mental creation, thinking about the results. Thought about the results are not the actual results. Actual results will be announced in the newspaper, is it not? Similarly, mentally we somehow imagine result must be like this, result must be like this. Swamiji gives a key to get a better results in the secret of work, where he says, forget the result, do the work properly, the result must come. He says, perfect the means. Once the means of getting the work done is properly perfected, forget the result, it must come. If you want to get ulcer, don't think of ulcer, go on eating chilies. Perfect the art of eating chilies daily, 1 kilo chilies. Even if you forget about the results, ulcer must come to you. Instead of eating chilies, we go on thinking about ulcer, is it not? Same way, instead of performing the work in a most efficient way, we do the work, afterwards we expect the most productive results in the mind. That is called dichotomous nature. Mind is dividing the actuality and the reality. Similarly, when we want to segregate the sukha and dukkha, can you really divide sukha and dukkha? Can you divide? How can you divide? Before before the Sukha and Dukkha comes, we prefer Sukha and we try to avoid Dukkha. But where can you avoid? When it comes, it comes. You undergo the Sukhanubhava or Dukkhanubhava. Where are you able to avoid it or remove it? Just imagining through the thought process. This is called the dichotomical nature of thought. So that is a deceptive nature of thought which has created the feeling that I am the doer. As I am the doer, I must get the total result to myself alone. I want the total results, is it not? I don't want to give a part of this to anybody else. But when the result comes, I don't accept it totally. When it is failure, that is also a result of the work, I avoid it. When it is success, I accept it wholeheartedly. Sri Ramakrishna, in a very emphatic way, brings out this particular psychological flaw in our personality through a very wonderful story. He says there was a man in a village and he was an expert man in botany. He created a beautiful garden and the garden became famous in that village. People from far away, they heard about that garden and they used to come and visit. And whenever somebody comes, he will become very puffed up, will be very happy. So, how did you know about this garden? Oh, so the name and the fame of this garden has spread far and wide. Do you know that tree particularly I brought it from Mexico? This particular plant, this is from Ethiopia. And people will appreciate it. They will say, oh, he was such a wonderful person, so much interested in these plants and other things. He got so much knowledge. And he used to feel so elated. Things were going on like this. One day, one visitor from other country hearing about his garden, they came and he was showing them around and he forgot to close the gate. And a cow had entered the garden and as he was showing them around the garden, the cow had already eaten some of the plants. In a fit of anger, after the visitors went away, he took the crowbar and beat the cow so fiercely that the cow died. After the cow died, he put the cow in the place where the manures are dumped. Cow dung and other fertilizers were dumped. He put the cow there because by that time he saw one big car is coming and other visitors are coming. They also came to the garden, they appreciated him, they glorified him. Such a wonderful garden we have never seen. Single-handedly I have done it, I have done it myself. It's totally my efforts, sir. The whole thing is my idea, my creation. And as he was taking the visitor around, suddenly they told, what is that something white thing lying there near the manure pit? Oh no, don't see that side. It doesn't belong to the plants. No, but what is that? How is the garden other than the plants? And as they were talking and going towards the manure pit, they saw it's a dead cow. So how is that a dead cow is there in your garden? With so many beautiful plants and trees. Oh no, you don't bother about all those things. You look at the beautiful plants. By the time this man, he woke up. He said, how a dead cow is in your garden? In our country, we have banned violence to animals which are dumb. But in such a beautiful garden, this dead animal is not matching with the atmosphere. It is evoking different sensation in our mind. Then he told, no, I think suddenly the cow came, I just gave one patting. Why did you enter? And the cow died immediately. He says, just I gave a patting only and the cow died. And this man told, if the cow dies, there is in India called Gohati dosha. A sin accrues to you when you kill a cow. And this man suddenly became flat. What nonsense you are talking? You don't understand Indian philosophy? Do you know Indian philosophy? Yes. But you are not thorough with it. Then he says, according to Indian philosophy, all our sense organs have got different devatas. Surya is a devata for our eyes, Chandra is a devata for our mind, Indra for our face, now Indra for our hand. So Indra, the Lord, he is the devata for our hand. It's the hand which killed the cow, so the sin of killing the cow will go to Indra, not to me. By that time, the soul of the cow has reached Indraloka and the Gohati dosha also has gone. Because he says it belongs to Indra. Indra was sitting in the darbar conducting his affairs. He was shocked. Oh my God. This is karma phala for which I have not done any karma. You see how in life we shift the karma phala when it is negative on somebody's head. When the karma phala is positive, we put it in our own pocket, misappropriating the funds. So in the karma also we misappropriate the karma phalas. So Indra was so shocked when the Gohati dosha was coming to catch him. He told this fellow, Ro, he is misappropriating the karma phalas. He has killed it. And Indra in disguise came to that garden and the same drama was enacted. And this man was glorifying. And Indra also was appreciating, just trying to feed so much of fat to his fattened ego. How wonderfully I have created the garden. Everything you have done. Yes, I have done it. So it's totally an achievement of a single person. Then Indra was very clever. He told, what about that white one? Something, two horns are visible, and the story opened out. And in the process, this man again got disturbed. You see, so long as the glorification of the garden was going on, he was not affected. Moment the topic of cow was taken out, referred to, this man became perturbed, so much agitated. He told, no, nothing like that. That cow, it got killed by my hand. And you know, before he could wind up, Indra, who had come in disguise, he told, when you kill a cow, you get the Gohati dosha. No, you don't understand anything at all. You seem to be an ordinary duffer, useless fellow. Indra is the lord of the hand, therefore the hand which killed the cow, the effect of killing the cow should go to Indra, who is the lord of the hand. I have not done it. Then Indra removed his disguise and appeared in his full form. He told, rascal, the same hand planted those trees, the same hand planted those plants, digging, manuring, everything was done by the same hand. When it was glorifying aspect, you claim that whatever has been done by the hand has been solely done by you. But when a sinful act has been done by the same hand, you are slowly giving up the ownership rights over your actions. You are telling it is Indra's. If the killing of the cow is by hand, which belongs to Indra, the whole garden, which has been so beautifully erected, by this hand, that appreciation also should go to Indra. At that time, the sense dawned on this man that how we are taking part but seeking the whole. We are always seeking the whole, but when it comes, we take only the part. You cannot take the part and avoid the whole. You take the whole and reject the whole. In our life, we will find that we are always seeking the part. We seek sukha, we avoid dukkha. But human life is a river of action. It's called karma nadi. It flows in between the two banks of duality. Sukha dukkha, these are the two banks. But we want to flow with only one bank. It cannot happen. It happens only in our imagination. For a spiritual solution, we must accept the whole thing. The river of human life flows in between the two banks of duality. Our life itself flows between the duality. Patanjali says, Chitta Nadi Nam Uvayato Vahini. Chitta Nadi, it flows through the dual banks of Vahati Papaya, Vahati Kalyanaya. It is flowing between good and bad. Good gives us sukha, bad gives us dukkha. Now, how to transcend this? Yesterday we saw Krishna's formula, transcend above sukha, dukkha. Only a fool can do that. You cannot make sukha and dukkha same. The only way to make it same is go above sukha and dukkha. How to do? It's called atikramanam or transcending, where you go above this duality, and that takes place when you develop the sense, I am not the doer. Karta aham bhava is there. Understand that it is an illusion. God alone is karta. When there is a karta bhava, you will have the bhokta bhava, the reaper of the fruits of the doer. Things done. It also comes along with that. transcend, performing the actions, transcending the results or effects of action. There are three approaches. One is the Jnana Marga approach, other is the common sense approach, third is the Bhakti Marga approach. In the Jnana Marga's approach, his discrimination very clearly brings out in front of him that he is Shuddha Chaitanya, his consciousness, and not an element of matter touches his personality. What belongs to Jada, not Chaitanya. Chaitanya is Purna, therefore it doesn't need to do any work. Work is only when you feel a sense of deficiency or insufficiency. To fulfill that insufficiency, you start doing work. You feel you are poor, insufficient wealth, you start earning money. You feel you are not intelligent, you want to earn knowledge, you start. So everywhere in the Jada, the process of becoming is rich, poor becoming rich, uneducated becoming educated, a man who is not successful trying to become a successful man, clerk trying to become. This becoming is a process of achieving. Chaiwala becoming a prime minister. Is it not? So that is the motivating factor, the guiding force behind it. The process of becoming in the Atman, the Brahman or the self which is full Purna, there is no becoming. It is already that. Sat Chit Ananda, Purnatvam is already there. So it doesn't seek or doesn't desire anything. That's our original nature. So Jnana says, Manobuddhi Ahankara Chittani Naham. Ahankara, which holds on to the sense I am the doer, that is also a material process. He says it is Jada Kriya. I am the electricity, the power. The rest of the things are CPU, hard disk, monitor, mouse, keyboard. He says, I am the electric power making the whole process of computer unit working, but I don't work. Because of me it is going on. Not because of me also, the very presence of electricity makes the computer work. Very presence of Chaitanya makes the body, the sense organs, the prana and everything work. Moment the manifestation of Chaitanya stops, Shiva becomes Shava. Now we are all Shiva. Because of Shiva's presence, moment the manifestation ceases, our body becomes like a Shava. Nobody will like to keep you more than a few hours. We start smelling. Jnani says, I am not the doer of the work because the instruments which are performing the work, they are all belonging to matter, Jada Padartha. I am Shuddha Chaitanya, Purnoham, Nityoham, Muktoham, Shuddhoham. I don't need to work. I have no kamaha, akamaha. So whatever work is going on, who is doing? Prakrite kriyamanani gunakarmani sarvashaha. He says nature is doing, fan is rotating. Why should I bother? Yes, fan is rotating, mind is rotating, the prana is rotating, the pulse is going on. I am only the onlooker, untouched by it. But in our case, like again, we get involved where we should not get involved. Many times even in our life, something is going on, suddenly we go and poke our nose and we get involved in a big amount of trouble. In Calcutta, one day teachers' strike was going on. We had our own school, because ours was a private management school, our teachers didn't take part in the strike. But one of the teachers was a hostel warden. He had gone to the market for purchasing vegetables for our hostel kitchen. And as the strike teachers were going on protesting and shouting, Chor Bena, Ho Bena, like this, some of those teachers happened to be his friend. So they called him, Hello Masterji, how are you, like that. He just went and asked, what's the matter? How long it will continue? By that time, police had come and cordoned the whole road. He was not at all taking part in the strike. He had gone to purchase vegetables for our hostel kitchen. Just out of curiosity, he went and spoke to one of his friends who were teaching in another school which was taking part in the strike. By that time, police had cordoned off that road, and along with all other teachers, he was also information came from the police station that the school master whom you are searching is inside, come and see. And our Swamiji went and saw he is also inside the jail. He was surprised and shocked. He told, Masterji, our school masters didn't involve in strike. They didn't take part in the strike. How did you enter? Well, I also did not take part in the strike. Just some of these teachers were taking part in the strike. Yeah, they happened to be my friend. Just engaged in conversation, they rounded off. And I got involved. So all of us get involved in an unwanted way and we find that ultimately we are arrested. So not to poke our nose. So Jnani says, I don't poke my nose. Activities going on, Prakriti Kriyamanani, Ahankara Vimudhatma, it's beautiful. Ahankara, part of our personality, it becomes deluded. Karta Ahamiti Manyate. Manyate means it opines. It gets an opinion that I am the doer. Opinion means, if you see the dictionary, opinion is judgment based on partial knowledge of a thing. My opinion, it's not the truth. According to my mind, it appears like that. That's why every religion is called opinion. Matham, in a way, matham means not tattva. Tattva is truth, matham means opinion. Hindu matham, according to Hindus, opinion God is like this. Christo matham, according to Christians, God is like this. God actually how He is, only when you realize, you understand. That is a tattva. So in our scriptures, they make a difference between tattva, which is satyam, and matam, which is opinion. All of us are dying with opinion. Most of us don't know the truth. So Jnani says, Ahankara Vimudhatma Karta Ahamiti Manyati is under the opinion that I am the doer, but according to Ram Prasad, he says, Tomar Korma Tumi Koroma Loke Bole Koriyami. Mother, you are the performer of all the actions, movements that are going on in this world. You are Shakti. But people claim, pickpocketer claims that money in your pocket is mine, is it not? That is why he puts his hand into your pocket and takes the purse. Because he opines, he is under the opinion that purses in the pockets of all other people, they all belong to me. So he takes it. The ownership feeling is there. It's all opinion. When he is caught, the opinion changes. So Jnani says, I am not the doer of the work. When delusion comes, people have the opinion that they are the doers of work. But the same doers of the work, like the man caught by Indra, when the garden was praised and appreciated, he told that I am the man who created the garden. But when Indra caught him, who killed the cow? He says the hand killed the cow, therefore Indra killed the cow. So in our own thinking process, there is a defect, is it not? It is not a total whole process. It is a part defective process. When glories come, appreciation comes, then it is not the hand that has done. I have done it. But when sins, failures, dejections come, then I have not done it, Indra has done it. So when we are not whole, we are unholy. That which is whole, W-H-O-L-E, that alone is holy. Holiness means totality, whole, W-H-O-L-E, otherwise there is whole, H-O-L-E in our personality. A whole person is a holy person. In his case, everything is a whole, total. What is a total? Thought, word and deed will be one. He is whole personality. In our case, thoughts are telling one thing, the words we speak, they are different, and the action we do, they are totally contrary to what we speak and what we think. So there is a fragmentation of our personality. Fragmented thing is not whole and therefore it is unholy. We are all unholy because we don't take anything wholly. Before Bhakti Marga will come to the common sense approach. If you don't believe in religion or spirituality, even from the common sense point of view, if you really think that work is done by you, then you can get all the things done according to your planning and programming, is it not? But in our day-to-day life also, whether you believe in God or not, things don't happen according to our wish. Our own body is not cooperating with us, is it not? If I am the person who is the real doer, I could have taken a body like a Bhima. I look like Bhima, fat and hefty, but inside diabetes, sugar and hundreds of problems are there. If I am the creator of my mind, according to my choice, I could have taken a brain and intelligence like Shankaracharya's. But I behave in such a stupid way, nobody will believe that I have Shankara's brain. So common sense tells that though we think the actions are performed by us, things don't happen as per our plan. That's how the famous saying, man proposes and God disposes, it has come into existence. Once in K3, I had this experience that we were building our compound wall and we was about to finish. Mason told Swamiji, 2 days holidays I want to take. I told no. But tomorrow is Sunday. On Sunday also I should come and finish it and do it out. So much I forced him, he came on Sunday. But just before that, the cement which was to come from Haryana, they had some Rasta Roko and the truck got stuck up there. Early morning, Mason and the other laborers have arrived, but there is no cement. They told Swamiji, we are ready, 6 people are there to start the compound wall. The work has to begin. Where is the cement? I told only 1 bag cement. He said, with 1 bag cement we can't work for 6 hours. Then I thought, even with common sense, there are hundreds of things which are beyond the purview of our capability and decision. There was a Rasta Road in Haryana, Narnaul, which is near K3, and the lorry carrying the cement didn't come. No belief of God or belief in destiny or fate is required. Natural happening. Recently I read about one story that in the parliament some bomb attack was done in India a few years before. One of the the vehicle carrying the bomb was arrested in Bangalore, you know. Do you know that? How it was arrested, you know, due to traffic jam. The vehicle got stuck up and the people who are there waiting to execute the plan, they were going on giving the call. And these people are telling, oh, we are not stuck up in the traffic, we can't come now. By that time, police intercepted the call and they caught this man. So, though they have planned meticulously, the terrorists, there are things which are beyond the purview of their control. You find out what is in this particular incident. Somewhere the persons carrying the bomb or the explosive materials, they got stuck up in the traffic and they were arrested. That is why that explosive event could take place and we were saved. Things are beyond our purview. It is called Adrishtam. Daivam. Daivam means unseen. Adrishtam. It is happening. Due to something it is happening. When the first Agni missile was fired and the first shot, nothing went off. Everybody was perturbed. They were all sweating. And each one was trying to blame other. Dr. Kalam was very quiet. He says, blaming doesn't solve the problem. Let us find out where is the fault, correct the fault, and the thing will take off. As he was verifying everything, the computer was correct. Then now let me come down to the physical level. He went on checking the electric connection, that's all. And in one place, due to frequent walking by people, 2 electric wires which were joined and an insulation tape was applied on that, it got disconnected. Fortunately, Dr. Kalam could detect that. He joined both the wires, put the insulation tape very firmly and will now switch on. Agni missile will come. So with meticulous planning, irrespective of whether you believe in God or not, things are taking place and happening. So are we the doer of the work? Totally we cannot claim that we are the doer of the work. From the Bhakti Marga's approach, he says, it comes through creation. Yesterday we spoke about the Kamakshi, the eye of desire of the Divine Mother. The Saraswati Shloka also tells about this. Saraswati Namastutyam Varade Kamarupini. Kamarupa means the desire for creation. That's a creative energy of God. Maharaj has come. I think we have to stop about another 5-6 minutes. I will stop. So Bhakti Marga says the whole creation is the beginning of action. So to take place. Universe is a field where the action will take place. Kshetram. The 13th chapter of Gita, Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, Krishna will tell. This field is a particular term used in science also. For action to take place, there must be a field. Outside universe, inside psychic field is our mind, our intelligence, its ego, where the action is taking place. It's called Kshetra. In Kerala, Kshetra means temple. Tirtha Kshetra. So our body is a temple in which the action of God is taking place. So, Bhakta says the whole universe is a Kshetra, and Kshetrajna, who created the Kshetra, he is the man who started the first action. All our actions are secondary actions. Moment you switch on the light, the film gets projected on the screen. Switch off the light, the film may rotate and roll, but nothing will be visible on the screen. No action on the screen. For the action on the screen to be visible, the light must burn. So consciousness is that light, Divine Mother is that light. By her light, the whole universe springs forth. In that our actions start. He says, Lord, you are the creator of this world. And from that creation the action starts. All actions belongs to you only, and therefore the results also go to you, not to me. So the famous man in Punjab, he went on counting when selling the rice or dal. And as he was counting, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13, sab kuch tera, kuch nahi mera. He is the famous Guru Nanak. The moment he uttered tera, to sab tera, and he renounced the whole thing. The sense dawned on him that tera, which is supposed to be unlucky 13, it became so fascinating for him, opening the door to spiritual realization. He told God, sab kuch tera, kuch nahi mera. So Bhakti Marga approach tells us that a man who believes in God, he says everything is related to God, the Creator. Creation is the first action. So every karma emanating from the creation, it belongs to God only and not to any one of us. Somehow we think that it belongs to us. So Bhakti Margi, a devotee also slowly gets out of the clutches of karma and karma phala. Now, after knowing all these things, how are we to act? If we don't have this background knowledge as we act, and the positive and the negative results comes to us, positive results sometimes trouble us. If we lose our balance, negative results almost trouble us and throw us out of our balance. Then we start hating work, avoiding work. That is why many of the old monastic orders, they avoided work. Jnana marga, no karma. As Swamiji told, karma is not bondage. It is the attachment to karma phala that is creating the bondage. How to transcend? One is the Jnana Marga's approach, the other is the common sense approach, the third is the Bhakti Marga's approach, where we find that we are not the doer. So Sri Ramakrishna says, you can't stop acting in this world, you can't stop the production of the results according to the actions. The only thing you can stop is your response to the results of action. And where does this drama takes place? The performance of the action, the feeling of the doership, the expectation of the results, and the response to the different types of results. Where does it take place? In your own heart. In the Antakarana, the whole drama is going on. So to understand this problem of work and the torment it gives us, we should have self-observation. As you start observing, you will find that when glorious things are coming, once I had conducted one function, that was the biggest function in that campus, and at that time I was a very young brahmachari, and everybody was appreciating. By that time I found that my heart is jumping with joy. Wow, wonderful. Then suddenly it dawned on me will my heart be jumping with joy and telling, oh Lord, according to you it became a great failure. What a rejoicing thing it is. How nice it is that the whole program collapsed and failed. We are not able to look at the thing in a wholesome way. Failure also we must be able to rejoice. Success also we must be able to rejoice. It happened in the life of one scientist, maybe Edison or somebody, whose all the inventions were burned because the dog jumped and the candle fell down and all the papers were burned, and the scientist never felt dejected. He told, I found out that one more ways to find out. This special capacity of the mind when it gets detached or unattached from the results of work. How to create that sense of detachment or non-attachment and transcend above the effects of work and our clinging to work. It's our clinging to the results of the work. How does that come? Because inside the Antakarana there is a psychological feeling that I am the doer. It is I am the doer, that sense karta aham, which unfailingly brings the effects of the work to you. It is like Ramabana, never fails. Now we will take up another one particular law on this. Suppose if you have not really felt you are the doer. Sometimes it happens in our life also. Somebody comes and cuts a joke. We feel so hurt, is it not? He cuts a joke, makes a fun, and we feel so hurt and insulted. And then we get angry, and then that man will tell, oh, I was just making fun, why did you take it so seriously? So the sense of getting hurt or the feeling of being wounded, from where it comes? Inside. How it gets linked? Same time, we find that sometimes really people may be insulting, but we don't feel anything, we just brush it off and go away. So the psychological, emotional binding, it comes when the action is done with a sense of devotion. Sometimes people appreciate you, don't bother. It doesn't touch you because at that time the sense of devotion might not have been present in the mind. So if we can cultivate that particular tendency that I am not the doer of the work, through common sense approach, through Jnana Marga approach, and through the Bhakti Marga approach, in all these approaches, work is done no doubt, not by me, through me. And when the results come, Sri Ramakrishna gives another beautiful antidote. He says, cultivate Ramericha Bhavana. It is all according to you, Rama, it has happened. You know the story of the Vaishnava businessman. Dacoits had come and stolen because they could not lift the booty. They saw this innocent Vaishnava businessman chanting Ram Nama. They put a load of baggage on his head and he would come on. He also went. In the meantime, police got the information. They came to chase the thief, to catch them. Thieves got hint of it and they ran away. And this Vaishnava Bhakta who was carrying one particular bag of these looted items, he was caught by the police, taken to the jail and he was put inside. Next day when he was presented in front of the judge, he told, oh Lord, because of Ramericha, I was doing my business and I was chanting Rama Mantra. Because of Ram's Icha, the thieves had an idea of looting the villages. So Ram's Icha caused the looting, and because of Ram's Icha, police got the hint about this looting. Because of Ramericha, they came to catch him, and because of Ram's Icha, thieves ran away and police caught me. And because of Ram's Icha, Your Honor, I am in front of you now. And the judge could understand the sequence and it would release him. Your Honor, by the Icha of Ram, I am now released. So everywhere from the beginning of suffering, ultimately till the joy of releasing, he never paid glory to himself or anybody. It all went to Rama only. Suffering also due to Rama. Though it looks like a story, look at the genius of Sri Ramakrishna. Putting the complicated philosophy, so intricate, difficult to understand, that subtle Karma Yoga theory, Sri Ramakrishna puts through this Naham Tuham Bhavana. In support, he gives the story of Ramericha. Another beautiful simile he gives, that in one particular place marriage was being conducted and in the kitchen so many items were cooked. And in the how to put him down and he can become the president. Somebody becomes the chief minister, before he is elected, they have already plotted the scheme how to pull down the chief minister. And from below, fire told, hey, I am the boss, keep quiet. They didn't bother. Some of the vegetables were jumping and one or two peas, they came out of the vessel also and fell on the ground. See how much we can jump. Quietly the firewood, burning fire came out, all of them became quiet. So Sri Ramakrishna says, fire was the real doer, but vegetables were thinking that we could jump. In our case also, Lord alone is the doer. First we have to understand this formula of Sri Ramakrishna. Brood over it. Cultivate the habit. How do we cultivate this habit of Naham Tuham Bhavana? In the Ramakrishna Math, you will find even for every insignificant thing, not insignificant in a way, it's significant, small thing. Early morning they will come and chant 10 shlokas of Gita. After finishing the Gita, they will say Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. So this Arpana Buddhi, O Lord, the famous Jai Jagadish Hare, Tera Tujko, what is the line? So famous thing is that, line is that the Jai Jagadish Hare Arati Sam. O Lord, whatever was yours, I am offering that to you. Nothing is mine. So attitude has to be cultivated daily as we start the work. Create that sense of feeling that Lord alone is the doer of the work. I will put forth my whole effort and energy, but let it be successful or failure, the whole thing goes to the Lord who is the creator of actions. He is the manufacturer of actions and things are getting done through me like an instrument working. I am only an instrument, like a railway engine. The engine is pulling the train, but all the compartments they may think we are all running. But the moment the engine will stop, engine also can think that I am running, but so long as the driver is there, the engine will run. So in our case also, we have to make that driver, is called Sarathi. Swamiji says, let Partha Sarathi become our Sarathi. Let Krishna, the master of non-attachment, become our Sarathi, so that the sense will dawn that actions are done through me, not by me. And therefore, the afflictions arising out of the karma phala, the results of the work will not touch me. As you start doing the work for 2 seconds, remember that Lord is the doer. As soon as the work is over, create that feeling, oh Lord, by your grace it is done. Whatever results come, I offer to you. Slowly from the verbal level, as we go on praying, the words sink into the mind. That's how the habit starts. They say, Pada Pada Ragam, Poda Poda Tadam, Ada Ada Nadanam, Oda Oda Vedam, Teda Teda Vidai. In Hindi it is told like this, Gate Gate Raga, Bajate Bajate Tal, Naste Naste Nritya, Daurte Daurte Gati, Dhoondte Dhoondte Uttar Mukta. One day you don't pick up M.S. Lakshmi or Jesudas, going on singing. Similarly, here also in spiritual practice, going on doing it again and again, the words will sink into the mind, and through the mind it will percolate into the heart, where the seat of emotion is there. Afterwards, mingling with the emotion, whatever the work we do, the emotional feeling will come that I am doing it for the sake of the Lord. The whole action is being done by the Lord, then it becomes a real worship or puja. And whenever a puja or worship is conducted, after the worship is over, at the end, we have got Samarpanam, Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Similarly, we have Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. As these things slowly percolate, mingle with our emotions and thoughts, intelligence awakens. Intelligence, Swamiji says, is a dead thing. Whenever there is a quarrel between intellect and heart, never follow the intellect, follow the heart. The movement comes through heart. You may see a man suffering. Intellectually you can analyze, oh, this man is suffering, such a poor man, this should be done, he should be taken to the hospital, ambulance should be called. Nothing will happen. But when a man with a feeling comes, the heart will be acting so fast. Oh, this man is going to die, call the ambulance, he will call the ambulance. Action comes there is emotion. That is why it's called emotion. Motion means action. When intellect is working, there is commotion. When the heart is working, it is emotion. So when the devotional emotion comes, slowly we will find that God alone is the doer of the work. Then renunciation becomes redundant. Why should I renounce? It is not mine at all. It is the Lord who is doing the work. Let Him do the work. Let the fruits, I need not offer the fruits also. It is His. Now the offering has been practiced to cut off, to remove the false feeling that I am the doer of the work. Actually, God is the doer of the work. What I am doing is not really offering, to cut off the feeling, to remove the feeling that I am the doer of the work, because of which false understanding, the work results come and affect me. To release myself from this karma jwara, it is called the fever of work. All of us are caught by this fever, more dangerous than chikungunya or any other fever. The karma jwara has caught us. What is the antidote for this karma jwara? Arpana buddhi. Understanding that Lord alone is the doer of the work. We are only instrument. Ami ghora, tumi ghoranima. Ami jantra, tumi jantri. Jemum chala, temi chali. Mother, I am the house. You are the owner, the residents of the house. I am only an instrument. You are the operator of the instrument. Ami ratha, tumi rathima. I am only a chariot. You are the driver of the chariot. As you drive, it moves. So, Naham Tuham. Sri Ramakrishna gives a beautiful story with which we will conclude this. In the beginning, the cow goes around telling hum, hum, hamba, 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 like that. Hum. Then somebody takes it to the slaughterhouse, kills it, and they prepare matala, mridangam, drums with the skin, and then also it gets lots of beating. Finally, from the entrails of the cow, they prepare the ginning machine for the cotton. In the olden days, we had the ginning machine. It will be like a bow. One side there will be the handle, wooden handle, and another side, the entrails of the cows will be made like a twine, and it will be tied over the head. And when you go on playing it, boom, 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 the sound will come like a tambura. Sri Ramakrishna says, ultimately from hum, my, the cow says, oh Lord, tum. Then it gets released. So in our case also we all say, I am. Ultimately, through maturity and the awakening of intelligence, as we practice this arpana buddhi, we say, oh Lord, it is tum, not me. And as soon as the me is sublimated, we find all our problems vanish. Work will be going on, and we will not be disturbed or perturbed by the effects of the work. Work will be done through us, not by us. That is the Panchama. Work done through us, not by us. When you do the work in a very efficient way, in a highly concentrated way, it is called Tanmayata. Tatmayam. You become one with that work. In Tamil it is called Mei Marandu. So when you forget yourself, you are not there. In the utmost concentration, which is called Yoga Karma Kaushalam, when you are so concentrated that you are not there, and when you are not there, God is there. And when you are, God is not there. So Naham Tuham Bhavana is a beautiful cryptic formula from Sri Ramakrishna to escape the torments of karma